Good morning, Subhashri. We cannot hear you online.
That's because I'm on
Yeah,
mute.
I can hear you now. Yes, thank you.
So thank you for letting me know. I was muted. Okay, let's close the eyes, find a nice, comfortable sitting posture. Let's become aware of the spine, trying to maintain a good spinal posture, tall, vertical, elongated. Feel that elongation by gently putting the head and neck up, tailbone down. Head, neck, trunk in alignment. Just make any adjustments if you need to. Feel naturally comfortable. Feel the buttocks resting very comfortably on the ground. Hands resting nicely on your knees or thighs. Very comfortable. If the shoulders up toward the ears, roll them back. Let them hang loose. Very nicely relaxed arms and shoulders. Do a few gentle neck movements, again, just to feel the neck muscles, loosening any tightness there. Up and down, side to side. Circular movements if you feel like. And finally, allow the head to come back and rest in the center. Neck should feel nicely relaxed now, comfortable. Position the chin slightly below the horizontal level. We'll soften the facial muscles. Relax the jaws. And begin to watch the breath now as you breathe in and out. Observe the flow at the tip of the nose. Feeling that subtle cooling sensation when you inhale, warmth of the air when you exhale. It's a very simple technique of deepening your breath awareness and bringing the mind into the present moment. Always remembering that present moment is the only moment that can give us any kind of peace or tranquility of the mind. When the mind is dwelling in the past or projecting into the future, it's going to be agitated. It's going to be disturbed in some way or the other. Being focused on the present moment, present situation, that's the only way we can keep the mind calm and peaceful. Let's recite Om 3 times. Deep inhalation. Softly open the eyes. Namaste everyone, namaste and welcome. Welcome to day number 20. Journey should continue. That's always my recommendation. Yeah. Continue the journey. I mentioned earlier also, there are so many benefits that you will start realizing as you go through this journey. Some may be subtle benefits, some very obvious. And so I'm sure some of you have already started feeling some benefits as a part of this journey so far, right? So keep it going. All right, let's do the eye exercise. Do a little triangle movements today. So keep the head in the center, spine up, and look up to the ceiling. Bring the eyes in it's kind of a triangle. So you're going to bring it to the horizontal position to the far left, and horizontal to the far right, and back up to the top. Okay, do this triangle movement here. We're not bringing the eyes down, but at the horizontal level and then up to the top. Top to the top left, to the top right, and back up. Next time you bring the eyes to the top, pause there briefly. Same movement in the opposite direction. Go to the top right, to the right side first, then to the left and up. Horizontal and top. Triangle. Once again, next time you bring the eyes to the top, center the eyes and close. Just relax for a moment. Open the eyes. This time look all the way down to the floor. And the same movement. The far left first, horizontally to the far right, and back to the floor. Triangle. Smooth movement of the eyes. A little extra stretch at the three corners. I forgot to mention that. Do that extra stretch. Brief pause and stretch. Next time you bring the eyes to the bottom, just pause there briefly and reverse the direction. Triangle. Smooth movement, stretching the eyes, exercising the muscles. Next time you bring the eyes back to the bottom, pause there briefly, bring the eyes to the center, close them, and rub the palm briskly now. Make a little cup over the eyes, soft cover, relaxing the eyes. Simply rub the eyelids, eyebrows. Massage around the eyes, massage the forehead, sides, cheeks, neck and the throat. And release the hands softly again, open the eyes. So yesterday we listed the 8 limbs of yoga. Right? Does anybody remember the 8 limbs of yoga, roughly? No?
Yama, Niyama.
Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Yama, Niyamas are the kind of moral and ethical, social, behavioral guidelines. We'll talk about those today. Okay. So these 5 yamas and 5 niyamas, we're not going to spend too much time here. All we'll do is to list them. That's it. Let me see if I have them. Oh, yeah. Let's see. You should be able to see that, right? So this sutra number 30 is listing the 5 yamas. Okay, 5 yamas. What are they? You want to read them? Can you read them?
Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha,
Very
Yama.
good. All right, very good. So ahimsa is non-violence, not hurting anybody. Okay, ahimsa. Himsa is violence, and when you add the prefix it becomes non-violence, not hurting, not causing any injury to anybody. Satya is truthfulness, we know that, right? Satya means truthfulness, never telling a lie. Well, I mean, there are guidelines. In the scripture, they'll tell you there are occasions when you can tell a lie and it's okay. All right.
In fact, you should tell it out. And in some cases, yeah.
Yeah. So there are, well, they mention that in Manusmriti, there is an old text called Manusmriti that tells you when you can tell a lie. All right. But in general, yeah, don't tell lies. Be very truthful. Okay. Asteya is not stealing. There are things we steal all the time. I think the most important thing, especially from our culture, we steal people's time a lot. In India, it's very common. You tell somebody that you reach there, somewhere at 10 o'clock, and it's never there. So we steal a lot of time. We steal people's space, time, privacy, all that. A lot of things. Of course, we steal, material things all the time. But I'm talking of deeper things that we steal all the time. Asteya. What is brahmacharya? Brahmacharya is, it literally means, charya means to stay in something. Char means to live, stay in something. Brahma means the supreme consciousness, the ultimate reality. That's Brahma. Literally, brahmacharya means to live in your own pure consciousness, basically, pure entity. But then commonly, the word brahmacharya, I'm sure most of you know this, has come to mean sexual control. Okay, so that's what brahmacharya means, literally. I mean, practically now. Okay, that brahmacharya, and then aparigraha. Graha means to grab something. Graha. I'm sure some of you know these words. To grab something, hold something. That's graha. Parigraha is to really grab something forcefully. A lot of grabbing something, a lot of it. But when you add the prefix it becomes aparigraha, means no desire to hold on to things, So non-holding, non-greediness, etc., etc. All right. So these are the 5 yamas. Hopefully tomorrow we'll list the 5 niyamas. All right. Okay. So today, as I mentioned yesterday, we will be spending a little extra time at the end of the class today, and like to give you a very brief outline of what's the Kundalini aspect of the yoga. We'll talk about that. All right. Kundalini, chakras, and all that very briefly. All right, let's get ready. Our Marjara asana. Marjara is the Sanskrit word for a male cat. Marjara. You want to call it a female cat, it will be Marjari asana. Okay, hands under the shoulder, knees under the hips. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, head up, tailbone up. Dip the navel down. Elbows straight. And as you exhale around the spine, elbows straight and vertical throughout. Finish the next exhalation, and then bring the spine back to the neutral position for a moment. And then we'll sit up in the Vajrasana, if comfortable, for Kapalabhati. All right. Kapalabhati. Energizing, cleansing. Okay. Let's get ready. 80 breaths per minute. Final sequence. Forcefully breathing all the air out and apply the 3 bandhas where you're maintaining kumbhaka, which means breath retention. After expelling the air out, 3 bandhas. Chin lock, which means you lower the chin down to the chest. Navel lock, you'll suck the belly in back toward the spine. Squeeze the perineum area for the root lock, Mula Bandha. Archana is back. Where have you been hiding, Archana?
I was having issues whenever I do yoga 2 days, my whole back and legs keeps aching. So I'm giving two days break and doing yoga.
What's saying?
Something is wrong with my legs and lower back nowadays.
Oh boy.
So I can't do everyday yoga. I'm just taking break every 2 days and doing 1 day.
Okay. You haven't seen me in a few days.
I know I had a lot of personal problems, like my father-in-law passed away, my dog passed away. So I couldn't attend too many classes also last 3-4 months. I was in India too.
Sorry to hear that. Okay, welcome.
Many
Good to see
things.
you back. Good to see you back.
I know I wanted to do daily, but the first day I did yoga, and 2 days I was in a lot of pain in my back and my
Oh
legs.
boy.
I never had this before. Nowadays I'm having it, so I'm taking it a little easy.
Absolutely, you should. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Let's do a few movements which will engage the sideways stretch. All right. I don't think we have done that. So, let's start. You sit in any posture that's comfortable for you, cross-legged or Vidrasana. It doesn't matter which one. Okay. You're going to place the left hand on the left side of the body. All right. And as you inhale, raise the right arm up all the way. Keep the arm against the ear. And then as you exhale, start sliding the hand away and bending to the side now. Make sure your right hip is very firmly pressing against the heel. It's not lifting up. Don't lift the hip up. Press the hip down. And then slide the hand away and side stretch. Deep side stretch. Look at this. You want to take a picture of this kid? Go back, all the way. She's resting her head on the floor. Oh, look at that. Slowly come back up. All right. That's such a joy to see that. All right, to the other side. Right hand on the side, left arm all the way up. And as you exhale, slide the hand away and drop the body to the side, making sure your left hip is still firmly pressing against the heel. Don't lift the hip up. And as you inhale, come back up. Exhale, release the arm. Most people have some bones in the body. This kid has no bones. All right, come up on the knees. On the knees, on the knees. The same stretch, it's called the Parighasana, door latch. Take the right leg all the way out to the side, toes pointing away, side. Move, yeah, completely, yes. Right knees. All right, same thing, right hand on the side, raise the left arm up, and then as you exhale, slide the hand down. There you go. Beautiful. Keep the arm against the ear, pull the hand away from you, and then slide the hand down the leg as much as you can. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. The other side, toes pointing away. Keep the hand there, and then raise the arm up as you inhale. Exhale, slide the hand down the leg. Keep the body in a side stretch only. Very nice, beautiful. Look at that. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. To a standing position, Surya Namaskar. Okay. Goes to the top of the mat, feet together or slightly apart as always. Roll the shoulders back, nice comfortable body. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms in front, up and back. Pull the hands up, push them back and look up. Exhale, bending forward. Keep the arms and shoulders pulled away and finally drop the hands. See if you can keep the legs straight. If not, you can keep the knees bent. Bend the knees, palms down, alongside the feet, left foot back, slide it back. Knee down, chest up. Look up, very nice. Right foot back, downward facing dog. Try to push the heels down toward the floor. Lift the buttocks up. Knees, chest, and the chin down. Lower the abdomen, head up, chest up, palms up, legs up. Chest higher, legs higher. Palms down, back to the downward facing dog. Head up, left foot forward. Between the palms, left foot, not the knee. Foot, yeah, look up. And then the right foot forward. Straighten the legs if you can. Drop the chest if you can when you exhale. Head up, arms in front, against the ears. And then as you inhale, start stretching up. And stretch back. And as you exhale, straighten the body. Release the arms down. Relax. Second round. Feet together. Exhale, palms together. This time bring the arms to the side as you inhale. And then stretch up. Pull the hands up first and push them back. Press the feet firmly to the ground. Press the feet down to tighten the thighs a little bit. Push them forward. Arms back behind the ears. Exhale, bending forward now. Slowly bring the hands down and bring them behind the back now. Interlock the fingers, roll the shoulders back. Open the feeling of the openness of the chest. As you inhale, pull the hands back and away toward the ceiling. When you exhale, you can drop the chest down. Effort, no, never forcing. Release the hands, bend the knees, palms down, right foot back, warrior two. Virabhadrasana, right leg is straight, right foot is flat, arms horizontal. If this knee is vertically above the ankle, in line with the buttocks and shoulders, not inside. Left knee. As you inhale, pull the hands away. Exhale, lower the buttocks down. Virabhadrasana. Now we're going to place the right hand on the right thigh, turn the left palm up, and swing it over now. Keep the front knee bent. Don't stretch the left leg straight, but keep this knee bent, and then slide the hand down the leg. Pull the upper hand up away from you, swing it overhead. side stretch. And then slowly release. Down, stretch the leg straight, triangle pose now. Again, the side stretch on the other side now. Bring the arm up. This time the arm is vertical now, not overhead. Keep it vertical. And then slide the hand down without bending forward. Keep the arm and shoulder rolled up and backwards. Upper hip going backwards, bottom hip going forward. That keep this side stretch, not a forward stretch. And then slowly release. Bend the knee, palms down. Left foot back. Try to push the thighs backwards. Flatten the armpits. Push the heels down. Buttocks up. Knees to the floor. Buttocks back. Child pose. Balasana. Buttocks on the heels. Forehead on the floor and walk your hands in front to get a deep stretch of the arms, shoulders, and the spine. Now keep the hands where they are and then slide the body forward into the cobra, Bhujangasana. Chest up, navel down. Cobra. Elbows up and navel is down. Yeah. Elbows close to the body, Aradhya. Elbows close to the body. Yes, beautiful. Go back up to the downward facing dog. Head up, right foot forward. Again, warrior two. Clear Bhadrasana. Arms horizontal, look over the right shoulder. Front knee is bent vertically above the ankle. As you inhale, pull the hands away. Get a nice stretch. Exhale, lower the buttocks down. Straight body. Straight. You're tilting the body forward. Keep it straight. Try not to tilt for. Yes, beautiful. Place the left hand on your thigh. Turn the right palm up. Swing it over now. Swing it over and see if you can drop the hand down the leg. Keep the front knee bent. And then slowly release. Press each leg straight. Triangle pose now. Keep the leg straight. Both the legs are straight. Left arm will remain vertical now, not overhead. Come on, you're bending forward too much. Try not to bend forward. See, you're bending this way. Keep the body sideways only. There you go. That's beautiful. Yes. Slowly release. Bend the knee, palms down. Left foot forward. Legs are straight, and then see if you can draw the chest down as you exhale. Head up, arms out to the side, and slowly as you inhale, stretch up and stretch back. And as you exhale, straighten up and release now. Relax. Go cycle, feet together. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms in front, up and back. Pull up, push the arms back. Exhale, bending forward. Drop the hands, drop the chest. Bend the knees, palms down. Left foot back as you inhale and keep the legs straight behind you this time. Push the heel back, buttocks down, chest up. Straight leg. Right foot back, plank position. This is the body with straight line. That means the heels, buttocks, and shoulders are in one line. Shoulders are vertically above the hands. Knees down, chest and chin down. Lower the abdomen, head up, chest up, elbows are straight for the upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Toes pointing back. If you can, press with the top of the feet, with the knees off the floor. Toes are pointing back. Knees are up, but the buttocks are still down. And look up. Let's go back to the downward facing dog. Head up, left foot forward. Keep the right leg straight. Push the heel back, chest up. And then the right foot forward. Making the legs if comfortable. And drop the chest if needed. Head up, arms in front against the ears, and then as you inhale, stretch up and stretch back. And then straighten up, exhale, and release the arms down. Relax for a moment. Standard sequence after the sun salutation, we do balancing. Today we'll do the very classical Vrikshasana. So we'll do this Vrikshasana on both sides. And then when you're done with the Vrikshasana, lie down on the abdomen, do the Dhanurasana. I just need to take a break. Do the Vrikshasana both sides and Dhanurasana after that.
Understand.
Hold on to your ankles and lift up.
You do 2 rounds of Dhanurasana?
No, this is our first race.
First round, okay. Second round, feet and knees together or close to each other. Very nice. Bow, Dhanurasana. Down. Slowly release and let go. Relax. Let's come up on the elbows. Get into that plank position. So we curl the toes under, lift the knees and the buttocks up. Bring the body completely parallel to the floor. Plank position, parallel to the floor. You keep the left foot on the floor, lift the right leg up high and swing it to the far right now, side stretch. So right leg is up high and swing it as far out to the right side of the body as you can. Keep breathing. Slowly bring it back. Foot down. Pause in the plank position for a moment now. You go right foot down, lift the left leg up high and swing it to the far left now. As far to the left as you can go. The leg is high and to the left. Side stretch. And come back. Pause in the neutral plank position for a moment. And then go into the child pose now. Balasana. Relaxing. Slowly sit back up. Stretch the legs straight now. Spread the legs out. We've done this many times. Spread the legs out. First we'll do the twisting stretch and then side stretch. All the way out. Inhale, arms horizontal. As you exhale, turn the body to your left, grab the left arm behind you, right hand on the outside, and then slide the hand away on the outside, drop the chest down. Inhale, go back to the center, come back up. Exhale, other side, right arm behind the back, left hand on the outside, drop the chest down. Do this 2 more times on your own, at your own pace. Breath should guide your movements. On the exhale, you'll drop the chest down, turning the body, twisting the body completely. Finish on your right side and come back to the center and relax. That's the twisting stretch. Now we'll do the sideways stretch. Okay, so I'm going to try and grab the big toe with the right hand, right big toe. Now, here, the idea is to bend sideways, not forward, okay? And when you bend sideways, you might be able to bend the elbow. If you bend the elbow, it should be on the inside of the knee. Left arm will go up, all the way up, and swing it overhead. Now make sure you're not bending like this, because the intention is to grab the big toe. But if you do this, that's a forward bend. That's not what we want. Keep the arm pulled up and backwards. So the hand is behind the neck, and then see if you can grab the other toe. Completely a side stretch. Deep side stretch here. Shoulder rolled up and back, arm behind the neck. And slowly come back up. Pause. You hurt your shoulder?
I have some issue with
Some.
the left one. Right one is okay.
I've noticed it a few times.
Yeah.
Hmm. Did you hurt something or?
Yeah, I had some issue like 2 years ago.
Hmm?
2 years ago, I have some issues, so it's still going on.
Oh, I see. Wow. Okay, the other side. So this time the elbow is bent on the inside, and the right arm should go up all the way, swing it overhead, and then bring it, keep the arm behind the neck. You're not bending forward at all. It's a pure side stretch. Shoulders should roll up and backwards. And slowly come back up and release now. Sideways. Legs in front. Paschimottanasana. Keep the legs straight, feet together. Raise the arms up as you inhale. Pull up. And as you exhale, bending forward. Try to keep the legs very straight, but if you need to bend the knees, that's fine too. Keep the spine lengthened, straight and lengthened. That means when you inhale, pull the chin away. When you exhale, drop the chest down. And then slowly, as you inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, release now. That's the strap handy. Lie down on your back. The sideways leg strap. You've done this before, I think. Try to do it again. Okay. First thing is to use the strap and put the strap with the right foot. Hold it with the right hand. Hold the strap very close to the foot. Left arm onto a T on the side. Bring the leg up vertical, or close to vertical as you can. Very straight leg if you can. Stay there for a moment. Straight up first. And now we're going to start bringing the leg down to the side, right side. And when you do that, you want to make sure your left hip and the left thigh, they remain very firmly on the ground. They don't lift up. There's a tendency to lift the left hip or the left thigh off the floor. We want to avoid that. To deepen the stretch, press the left hip down, left thigh down, then release the leg all the way down to the floor or close to it on the right side. Look over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. And slowly bring the leg back up to a vertical position. Pause there briefly. Switch the hands now. Same stretch on the other side. Same leg. Still the right leg. This time look over the right shoulder, keep that shoulder down, swing the hip over, so the leg now comes on the left side of the body. Make sure your other leg is straight on the ground. And you're looking over the right shoulder this time. It's a beautiful hip stretch. Leg stretch, thighs. Try to bring the leg as close to the floor as you can, without lifting the shoulder off the floor. And then we're going to slowly leg back up to a vertical position. Put the other foot on the strap. And then release the leg down, right leg down. Keep holding with the left hand. Go with the right shoulder. Leg is straight and vertical, if possible. Straight. Pull it in towards you. Use the strap to put the leg in closer and closer to you. And now start releasing the leg to the side, left side. And making sure your right hip and the right thigh, they are firmly at the ground. Look over your right shoulder. If you lift the left hip, right hip and the right thigh, you're going to lose that stretch that you're looking for. Deep side stretch. Maintaining a pull with the strap will deepen the stretch. So the hand is trying to pull the leg in, the foot is pushing the strap away. Again, that struggle between the hand and the foot. Hand is pulling the leg in, foot is pushing it away. And come back up to a vertical position slowly. Pause briefly, switch the hands now. So hold it with the right hand. Swing the leg over to the right side. Look over the left shoulder. Roll the hip over as much as you can. Left shoulder should remain on the floor. That's the key here. And slowly come back up now. Maybe hold the feet into the strap. Pull the legs in towards you. Straighten the legs. Both the feet are in the strap now. And here, you're going to release the straps. Put them on the side. Keep the legs vertical. And now you can bend the knees and hold the heels now. And now use the heels to push the hands away. Spread the legs wider and wider apart. Straighter and wider. Side stretch for both the legs now. The heels are pushing the hands away. And you're trying to bring the legs as wide as you can, as straight as you can. Deep stretch of the legs, hips, thighs, sideways stretch. Push the heels away as much as you can. And slowly release the hand, bring the legs up vertical. Place the hand on the side of the body, stay there for a brief moment. Legs vertical, arms on the side of the body, on the floor, if you can. If you need to, you can always use the hands for supporting the back of the thigh. Otherwise, try to keep the legs straight, hands down for a moment. Bend the knees, wrap the arms around the knees, hug the knees to the chest, and roll the body side to side. And next time you're back to the center, pause briefly and begin to rock the body up and down. And then coming back up to a sitting position. Okay. So, all right. Let's briefly talk about how we want to establish our ongoing home practice, right? So like I mentioned, my strong recommendation is that at least for the next 21 days, try and maintain the same routine if you can. Right? Ideally, same routine, 6 to 7:30 every day, all right, for the next 21 days. That's the only way you can really develop that lifelong habit, all right? But what I'm recommending now is that once you're done with these 42 days, things might change. Things will change. Most people probably won't have an hour and a half every day. How many of you can spend 90 minutes every day, ongoing basis? Many of you can. Okay. All right. So then, of course, ideally, if you have 90 minutes, then you'll follow the same routine throughout your life, basically. You can modify things and you can go through these videos. And if you want to do these variations, different theme-based programs, you can always do that. Or set your own routine. Okay, but then there are situations when you may not have 90 minutes, you may have only 60 minutes or less, that things happen. Now remember, asana, pranayama, and meditation, these are three key components of our practice. Of all these three, meditation is the most important from a practical point of view, because the goal is to calm the mind, and the key practice there is meditation, eventually, right? So you want to, modify this structure that we're doing so that you can introduce meditation into your practice every day. All right. So what I've done here is I wrote this article few years ago, some time ago. Let me share that. So this is an article on my blog that I wrote, Home Practice Options, Bare Bones to a Full Practice, okay? Because bare bones would mean that I have shown here 20 minutes. If you have no time whatsoever and you just want to spend 20 minutes, now these are my suggestions, recommendations. When you develop your own practice, modify it. Feel free to modify, do what feels comfortable for you, okay? I've given here, which asana you should do, which pranayama you should do, and all that. This is, like I said, purely a recommendation. Modify it. Absolutely feel free. Nothing hard and fast about it. So bare minimum, basic is 30 minutes, minimal is 45 minutes, recommended 1 hour, and ideal, of course, is full 90-minute session. That's what I've mentioned here. Ideal is full 90 minutes. But if you're not able to do that, then you can do a 1 hour session. So in the 1 hour session, I've recommended asana practice for 25 minutes, then yoga nidra, brief, 5 minutes only, you can do that. Pranayama for 15 minutes, roughly, 15, maybe 20, and then meditation for 15 minutes, okay? That's how you will kind of break down. And for a 90-minute practice, asana 40 minutes, yoga nidra 10 minutes, pranayama 20, meditation 20. That's the suggestion. All right? Everyone got that? This is the recommendation. As I said, when you do the practice on your own, you will develop your own kind of a ritual, your own, sequence. Everyone will find comfortable, feel comfortable with some situation, some ritual. All right, stay with that. It's fine. Any thoughts or questions on how to establish your home practice? Everyone okay with that? All right. Home practice, very important. Okay, let's get ready for our relaxation routine. We'll skip the spinal twist. Let's first do the yoga mudra. All right, just sit comfortable cross-legged with the eyes closed for a moment of reflection. We will reflect back and again try to understand the dialogue that constantly goes on between mind and body. Interactions go on. We want to maintain perfect sense of harmony between the mind and body throughout. And that harmony should not only stay with you on the mat, but carry that harmony with you during your day-to-day life. It will really help you. Okay, let's bring the hands behind the back. Softly hold the right wrist, and as you exhale, bend over slowly. Stay there in the final position for a moment. Keep breathing. And with the next inhalation, slow, smooth, come back up. Release, and we're ready now for relaxation called Yoga Nidra. So lie down on your back, and then, as always, we'll go through our sequence to tighten the body, muscles in the body. Let's come up into a half boat. This is optional, as always. Keep that in mind. Don't force yourself. Legs up, head up. Keep the legs straight, point the toes away, arms straight in front. Spread the fingers wide and tight. Tight fingers. Now we'll make a fist with the hands tight. Keep the fist tight. Rotate the wrists around. Pause. Other direction of rotation. Pause. Keep the elbows straight. Fists are still tight. We'll work on the facial muscles. So open the mouth, extend the tongue out, curl it down toward the chin. Eyes open, mouth open, tense up the facial and neck muscles. Pull the hands away toward your feet. Squeeze the buttocks tight. Thighs, knees, kneecaps, calf muscles, ankles. Point the toes away. Now let's try and engage every single muscle in the body, from toes to head, engaging every muscle into a real tight squeeze, tighter. And let go. I'll loosen up completely. And spread your feet apart, almost the width of the mat. Hands away from the body. Palms facing up. All this should feel natural. Should not have to make any effort or strain the body in any way. We'll go through our sequence to relax the body one muscle at a time. Let's begin by relaxing the toes. soles of the feet, heels, ankles, calf muscles, shins, knees and the kneecaps, thighs, the pelvic area, all the abdominal muscles. Visualize and relax the internal organs, heart, lungs, kidneys and the liver. Relax the rib cage, chest, shoulder blades, collarbones. Shift the awareness to the hands. Relax the fingers, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, and the shoulders. Just loosen up completely, letting go of any tension anywhere as you scan the body. Relax the buttocks, full length of the spine. Let's relax the muscles in the lower back, middle back, upper back, neck muscles. Let's relax all the facial muscles, cheeks, chin, lips, jaws, tongue, teeth, nose, eyes, eyebrows, forehead, top of the head, back of the head. At this point, every muscle, every limb in the body feels very nicely comfortable and relaxed. Just try and become aware of all the points of contact between the body and the floor. Let the body gently sink into the floor. The body feels that subtle heaviness on the ground. It also feels very comfortably supported by the ground. Very deep state of relaxation. And to enjoy the state of relaxation, we will set the intention that as we relax and thoughts come up in the mind, just try to pay no attention to the thoughts. Thoughts will come in. They might linger around looking for attention, but we are not going to pay any attention. Continue to enjoy the state of the body and mind for a few more moments now. Let's bring the awareness slowly back to the breathing and begin to breathe slightly deeper breaths now. Just becoming aware of the rhythm of breathing. Just follow the flow at the tip of the nose for a moment. Feel the breath in and out. Slowly begin to stretch the fingers, curl the toes, stretch the hands, feet, arms, and legs. Stretch the arms back overhead, giving your body a nice stretch. Pull the hands back and away, with the toes away as well. And then slowly roll to one side for a moment. Come back up to a sitting position now. Before we go on, let me just quickly ask everyone, is there anyone have any kind of questions, any doubts that come to mind, because tomorrow will be our last day together. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to work on, you can bring questions tomorrow also. All right. So if you have any doubts about any practice that we do, asana, pranayama, or anything, feel free to ask. All right. You want to have any doubts when you do the practice at home. Okay. Let's get ready for one more round of Kapalabhati. Let's get started. Sequence, exhaling completely, forcefully, applying the three locks, three bandhas called Mahabandha. In your own practice at home, try to build up to 3 rounds of Kapalbhati, and you can spread these rounds in your practice. You can do 1 round at the beginning or 2 at the end, or whichever way it works. Okay, 3 rounds, and build up to about 120 breaths in each round. That's the initial goal. And then once you're very comfortable with that, you can build it up higher. 200 breaths per round, or whatever works for you. Okay. Okay, we'll do 4 breaths of Brahmari, humming bee sound. 4 breaths. Everyone comfortable with the technique? 4 times. All right. Nice long humming sound. Brahmari is a very calming, soothing breathing technique. It really helps energize, activate what's called the parasympathetic nervous system, which really slows everything down. It's a very beautiful practice. All right, let's do the Nadi Sanchalana, which is to rapid breathing now. So this is 80 breaths per minute. Again, we'll start by closing the right side first. And remember, the rhythm is going to be like this. Let me just show you the rhythm. All right. So when you hear the tick, that's exhale. Immediately inhale. So my finger going up is inhale, down is exhale. Just keep going. No force, no force. Malikarjun, there's no force at all. It's very even breaths. Both inhale and exhale are alike, exactly alike. And let's exhale. Just relax natural breathing for a moment. Release the hands. Doing it a little longer than what we normally do. I hope you understand that if you feel uncomfortable at any time, stop. You don't have to stay with it, okay? Let's do the other side. Right hand. Very good. Very good. I'm hearing a sound. No sound. It should be very soft. Inhale and exhale, both identical. Let's exhale. Relax for a moment. See, with this practice, even though it looks very simple, then I'm sure everyone feels after some time it's not very comfortable. Then you have to stop after some time. Build up the capacity slowly. Okay, so build up to about 100 breaths. All right, for each side. And now we'll do the same thing through both the nostrils. Exhale completely. Just natural rhythm of breathing now. Nadi sanchalana, rapid, fast breathing. Let's do the final practice, alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shuddhi. So with the right hand, Vishnu Mudra, and with the left hand, Chin Mudra. Make it with the right hand, make a fist, lift the thumb up and the last two fingers up. Okay, that's the Vishnu Mudra. With the left hand, index and thumb together, very soft hand. Okay, close the right side with the right thumb, close the right nostril, exhale through the left, inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale right, inhale right. Close the right, exhale left, inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Continue now. Right, and exhale from one side, then inhale to the same side. And again, Mallikarjun, try to do the Ujjayi breath, no sound. Don't make much sound. Nasal sound, we want to avoid that. It's all Ujjayi sound. Soft breaths. 1 to 2 ratio remains our key guideline, where you will Maintaining, count in your mind, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, give you an assessment of the duration, and then finally try to build up the ratio. Exhalation, twice the duration of inhalation. Let's finish the next cycle. Take your time. Finish the exhalation to the left side. That will be your final round. At the end of that sequence, natural rhythm of breathing, release the hands. Right. That's clean. I'll do it later. All right. So find a comfortable posture. Remember, I mentioned that I'll talk a little bit about Kundalini. Has anybody heard the term Kundalini?
Yes,
Hmm?
yes.
In what connection and what is it?
It says that you have the backbone around the backbone you have a various chakra that you awaken
Around where?
around the
Spine.
spinal cord
Spine. Uh-huh.
that you awaken. But I don't know how.
Okay.
It's a type of yoga.
Type of-
yeah,
Type of yoga? What kind?
I don't know, I got-
Okay. Anybody have any ideas about Kundalini online? Anyone? Like to say a few words that you know about? Kundalini.
Kundalini is at the base of the seven chakras near the root chakra, where the energy level increase the energy to the all till the Sahasrara chakra, all the seven chakras. So it's at the root level.
At the root level, okay.
Yeah, the energy of Kundalini has to be risen up till the Sahasrara chakra, all the seven chakra it has to go.
Very good.
So
Excellent.
invoke the Kundalini energy to the Sahasrara.
Very good. Very good. That's very nice.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any thoughts on Kundalini?
They say it's like a dormant serpent. That's a coiled up serpent sitting at the base of the spine. And to lift up the energy of that sleeping serpent, we engage in the chakras. We activate the chakras through asanas, through vibration, sound vibrations, chanting, meditation. And that energy rises up, just like Arjuna was saying. That energy rises through the chakras to the crown chakra. So that serpent, sleeping serpent, dormant energy, to waken that up is what I understand.
Very good. Yeah, excellent. Very, very good. Thank you. So, the whole concept of Kundalini, of course, when we look at our study of yoga, we have been following Patanjali. Okay. Now, Patanjali does not mention about Kundalini at all. All right. So it's something that has been integrated with the yoga practice later. If you read the text Pradipika, which was which came out much later. It's only about 800-900 years old now, Pradipika. There they have integrated, Kundalini completely integrated with yoga practice. Okay. So what is Kundalini? It actually comes from the very ancient philosophical structure called the Tantra. Tantra is a very old ancient system. It's older than Patanjali, actually, they say. Okay, Tantra. All right. So as a part of this Tantra philosophy, Kundalini is a subset of that philosophy. And it all is from the Shaivite tradition of the Indian philosophy, Shaiva. Shaiva means those people who consider Shiva to be the ultimate reality. All right. So there are Shaivites, there are Vaishnavites. I'm sure some of you know these terms, right? Vaishnavites, on the other hand, they think Vishnu to be the entire reality, the only reality, Vishnu. Shaivites, Shiva. And there are Shaktas. Shaktas means they all believe in Shakti. All right. So they're all different categories of belief systems in India. And most of this Kundalini comes from the Shaivite. It's a combination of Shaivite and Shakta, actually. Okay. So that's where this whole thing comes up. And according to this, there are two entities, Shiva and Shakti. Okay. And at some point in time, they're all one. Okay. And that's why, some of you might have heard the term, Shiva is known as Ardhanarishwara. Has anybody heard the term?
Yeah.
Ardhanarishwara. Nari is female. Okay. So Ardhanari, that means he is half female, half male. Why? Because he represents the entire being, which is a combination of Shiva and Shakti, all in one. Okay. But then Shiva is the supreme being, supreme consciousness, pure consciousness. Shakti is the energy part which creates this universe. Okay, so it's like in the Vedanta, they call Maya. All right. So Maya is the creative energy of this universe in Vedanta. It's called Shakti in the Kundalini, in this Tantra philosophy. The creative energy of this whole thing. So, when this human being was created, the Shiva had to let go of Shakti to do its job, okay, because Shakti is the creative energy. So we created this whole being that we are, all right? And having done this work, they say Shakti was very tired, very exhausted, having done this entire creation of the universe, all the human structure and all that, okay? So it wanted to take some rest. And guess what? It found the base of the spine as the most restful place. All right. So it goes and rests at the base of the spine, like all of you mentioned, at the base of the spine. And then it is represented as a snake, which is coiled around itself 3.5 times with the hood pointing up. All right. So that's the kind of the visual image that they have provided in the Kundalini Shakti. So it's called Kundalini because it comes from the word Kundala. Kundala means a coil. Okay? And the feminine gender word of that is Kundalini. Okay, because it's a female gender. So Kundalini means as a coiled, and it is represented as a coiled serpent lying at the base of the spine. Now Shiva, on the other hand, is represented as residing at the crown center, at the very top of the head. So now Shiva is up here, Shakti is all the way down. They are supposed to be together, right? That's what that's how everything started. They were all together, but then the separation happened. Problem. Now, because of separation, all other forces, they take over. Ego takes over, all, there is this whole concept of the three gunas. I don't know if you are familiar with the three gunas. There is sattva guna, rajas guna, tamo guna. They start playing havoc. They create all kinds of problems now. Negativities begin to happen, all kinds of negative tendencies, all this anger, greed, jealousy, they come up. And we start having this ego problems now. Why? Because Shiva is separated from Shakti and nobody knows how to control the situation. We're in a state of mess now. Right? So what do? The Shakti is sleeping deeply in a deep sleep, having fun. Well, I've done my job, but doesn't realize that she's not supposed to be there. She's supposed to be up here at the crown center. So now we have to make the effort to awaken that sleeping serpent, sleeping Kundalini Shakti, and so that it can move up. Again, now this whole science of Kundalini is so complex and detailed. When you go into it, you will be amazed at the amount of details that they provide, All right, so what they say is that, look, first of all, you have to know how to awaken the Kundalini so that it wakes up, and then it has to move up. And it has to move up through these channels. They're called nadis, all right? And there are, as I think I mentioned, there are 72,000 nadis in this system. But fortunately for us, there are only a few which are most important, okay? 3 of them are the most important. Three nadis. One is called Ida Nadi, IDA. The other is called Pingala, Pingala, Pingala. And the third is called Sushumna Nadi. All right, 3 nadis are very important. Now, that's the whole structure of our being is actually controlled by these nadis in one way or the other. So that's nadis. Now, in addition to nadis, here's the deal now. We have to learn how to awaken the Kundalini, and it has to move up, and is to move up so that it can reach the crown center. But guess what? There are blockages on the way. Lots of different places where it can get blocked. And they are called chakras. Chakra, C-H-A-K-R-A, chakra, right? So there are 7 chakras in the system. Because of the separation between Kundalini and Shakti, these chakras are out of balance now. All right, out of balance means they're not pure, they're not clean, and they make a mess of everything, these chakras. All right. So there are 7 chakras, and they are located where? The first one is at the very base of the spine. That's where Kundalini is sleeping. That's called Mooladhara Chakra. Mooladhara Chakra. Okay. Root chakra, Mooladhara, at the very base of the spine. Slightly above that and slightly behind that, it's called the Swadhisthana Chakra. That's the second chakra. All right. Then there is slightly above that at the very navel. So the one that is at the very base, that's at the root chakra, Mooladhara. Slightly above and behind that is the Swadhisthana Chakra. The next one is the third chakra is at the navel center. It's called the Manipur. It's called the Manipur chakra. Okay, and then this is called at the heart center is called the Anahata chakra. Anahata. Ahat means to strike something. Anahat means unstruck. Okay, there's meaning behind all this. Anahat chakra. And the next one is at the throat center called the Vishuddhi chakra. Vishuddhi. All right, throat center. The next one is at the third eye location, sort of the spot between the two eyebrows. It's called the Ajna chakra, A-J-N-A, Ajna. Number 6. Number 7 is at the crown center, right here. The very soft spot in the middle of this head. That's the Sahasrara chakra. Sahasra means 1,000. So that's the chakras now. All right. Now each chakra, if you look at the details, you'll be amazed at how detailed they have. Let me bring up a picture so that I can show you the kind of details that they're talking about. Let me see if I can bring that picture up.
Does the energy flow both ways, Subhashi?
Hmm?
Does the energy flow both 2 ways, up and down? Or only
Yes.
up? It can be.
Yeah, they have, you can raise the energy up and it can fall down also.
That's natural.
It's natural,
If
it
you don't-
happens.
If you don't make effort, it falls down.
It goes down, yes. That's
Yes,
because
it
of all the negative stuff we have, all the
who have, a lot of sensual pleasures, always the energy is down at the Mooladhara.
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, most of us die at Mooladhara or Swadhisthana. Yeah,
Let me see.
most human beings.
So I'll share the screen. On. All right, let me project it. I have a PowerPoint slide on Kundalini. And if anybody is interested, let me know. I'll be happy to share that slide with you. Okay, so there's a lot of information I've given here, but let me just kind of. So this is roughly a picture of the chakras. They have, like I said, Mooladhara is the very base of the spine, Swadhisthana, and then Manipura is the navel center, Anahata the heart center, Vishuddhi at the throat center, and then of course Agnya chakra at the third eye location in Sahasrara. Those are the 7 chakras. And then the nadis, like I said, there are 72,000 nadis in the system. And all kinds of psychic knots. There's knot related to Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Okay, so this is where you can start seeing some of the great detail of the chakras, each chakra. So each chakra has a certain number of petals, lotus petals. Okay, so for example, the root chakra has 4 petals. Swadhisthana has 6 petals. Manipura has 10 petals. Okay, Anahat has 12. This has 16 petals. This has 2 petals. Now, if you add all these petals, guess what? They add up to 50. Why is 50 such a significant number? 50 is the number of alphabet in the Sanskrit language. Okay, so each of these petals is represented by one of these letters. Each of these petals. Each letter has a very great significance. Each letter is identified with some characteristics, some vibration, some energy, every petal. The details are mind-boggling. All right, let me just quickly read this, just to give you an idea how detailed these things are. There is a meaning, of course, root support. Location is the perineum or the base of the spine. The element is earth, and the sense perception is smell. So Mooladhara chakra is based on the earth element. Okay, there are 4 petals, and these Sanskrit letters on these 4 petals are Vam, Sam, Sham, and Sham. Okay, 4 letters, 4 petals, 4 letters. Okay, the air associated with the Apana Vayu. So there are 5 Vayus. I don't know if I have mentioned this ever. Prana, Apana, Udana, Samana, Vyana. Have you heard these terms? No? Nobody. We can't get to do all that. The sound is Lam. The function is survival and grounding. Malfunction can lead to weight problems, constipation, sciatica, arthritis. The animal associated with this is elephant. And the lotus has a yellow square, it's a downward triangle. There's a Shiva Linga with Kundalini coiled around 3.5 times. Lots and lots of different meanings here.
Where is that in the picture?
Huh?
You see that in the picture? Is that represented in the picture?
I don't think so. I didn't see that.
Oh, that's curious.
I'm not sure.
I see a serpent in somebody's hand, but
I don't see that here.
that shining serpent is not
Where do you see it?
in her hand.
Oh, I see. That's different.
That's it.
Should have been shown.
And the downward triangle.
Yeah, there's a downward.
Uh,
There's a yellow square. It's not it's a triangle. It's a square, yellow square.
Yellow square.
Anyway, there are lots of things. Okay, so now here there is a symbolism. There are 4 petals represent the energy vibration of 4 nadis at the center, and there's the serpent coiled around 3.5 times around Shiva Lingam. The vehicle of this is the elephant. There are 7 trunks representing 7 constituents in the body: earth, fluid, blood, flesh, fat, bone marrow. These are terms from the Ayurveda. Okay, these are 7 terms from the Ayurveda. Deity is the child Brahma. There are psychological factors, and I'm not going to go through all this now, but the point is that there is just so much of detail of information that it's actually mind-boggling. All right. But the key point is that each chakra has to be balanced, has to be cleaned out, balanced, and made pure such that Kundalini can eventually go through these chakras. They're like gates, locked, closed gates. All right. And you have to open these gates basically for the energy to flow up. Now, there are other obstacles. What are the obstacles now? In terms of the nadis, right? Like I said, there are 3 nadis, very important: Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Sushumna is the nadi that's associated with the central spinal column. Okay, and that's the path that Kundalini will eventually have to take to reach the crown of the center, crown of the head. Kundalini has to move that way only. That's the only path it can take. But guess what? That path is blocked. The channel is blocked now. Predominantly because the Ida and Pingala are unbalanced. What is Ida and Pingala now? Ida is a channel of this pranic energy which emanates from the root chakra, from the very base. Then it goes around, coiling around it, each chakra in one way, ends up at the left nostril. All right, so think of it going through each channel, each of the chakras. The Pingala ends up in the right nostril, opposite way, still coils around itself, ends up in the base chakra. Now, these 2 nadis generally are not in balance. How does that manifest for our breathing practice? For example, when you breathe, always you will notice that one nostril is a little more dominant than the other. One nostril is more open than the other nostril. See? And there's a whole science of yoga called the Swara Yoga, which tells you which nostril is open, when and why, and all that. It actually says that the opening of these nostrils is controlled by the phase of the moon cycle. You'll be amazed at all this. All right, it gives a chart. It gives a chart. On the first day of the moon, this nostril will be open. On the second day, this nostril will be open. Okay, and when you determine that, the moment you wake up in the morning. So wake up in the morning at what time? Whatever time. At that time, Which nostril will be open will be determined by the phase of the moon on that day. You can experiment it.
Have you noticed, Subhasji, that
I have not noticed, but I have a chart. I can share the chart with you. There is a chart there in that book, and you can try and experiment it. But I have noticed that, yes, indeed, it changes. What it says is that after 60 to 90 minutes, it's going to change the dominance during the day. That I have noticed.
After eating also it changes there.
What's that?
After eating, sometimes after eating food, it changes.
Well, that's what that book says, that you should eat when this nostril is more dominant. You should not eat when this nostril is dominant. You should, do this when this nostril is dominant. I know, that's amazing.
So, Subhash,
Yes.
I've always been observing sorry, my voice is not good today. My left and right. So every 90 minutes it changes here, right? I keep track of it most of the day, actually.
Really?
And what one of the things they say is, right, I know it seems like superstitious almost, this thing, but I've heard a lot of saints and these people, they say, we don't realize it, but when you embark on any activity, right, and sometimes things just go wrong. You make a presentation, it's not taken well by people. You're trying to do something, it doesn't go right for you. And if you notice, then your pingala, the right one, right, is blocked. When the right one is free, they say things happen more smoothly. If you start doing an activity when your right nostril is completely free, things will just happen. Everyone will be in sync with you somewhat. That's what they say.
Well, like you are saying, this Swara Yoga,
Yeah.
really borders on superstition in my understanding. It almost borders on superstition. It'll tell you when you should step out of the house, when which nostril is dominant, etc., etc. So it's not. And some of these things are good to know, but they're not practical in my understanding. I don't know, Nirupma, how you feel about it, but things happen. Of course,
That's
you're right.
true. I agree with you. We can't say, I'm not going to make a presentation at 9 because my pingala is blocked. But I've noticed that if I
nostril is blocked.
if I hold the, I practice the Swara Yoga thing, I hold the thing under my, they had this thing called Kamandalam, the ancient rishis, right? They had that under their arm.
Yes.
See in all the pictures, they're there. That the reason for that is to open up your, I have studied this a lot. That's why I'm sorry if I'm taking over.
It's not the Kamandala, it's the Danda.
Danda? Well,
Kamandala is the pot. That's different.
Oh, in the pot, you're right. I maybe in Telugu they say something. I don't know exactly.
It's called the Danda. Danda means
Danda. Yeah, you're right.
It's
like
called a stick, and they have that stick under their arm.
Exactly.
They shifted and to make the other nostril dominant. So if you put the stick under your left armpit, it will open the right nostril, and opposite will happen on the other side. So they can control the movement of the breath, and that can control the activities that they want to get engaged in.
That's the solution. So presentation, left side stick.
also, Subhashi, when I do all the pranayama practices, both my nostril, it just unblocks and it becomes more free.
Of course, that's the idea.
As well.
That's
Especially the alternate nostril, it frees up my.
Very true.
So I've been observing this, just a little sharing. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. That's very nice. Beautiful. So study Swara Yoga if you really want to understand these concepts.
These are also so subtle though, Subhash. I mean, like you can tell which side, I can't even tell which side is dominant. I mean,
you can tell that. I mean, if you force your breath out in and out.
These are all probably.
I can tell right now. Okay.
So
I can tell. My right nostril is more dominant than this one. I can feel that.
So would you say for all of us, right side is dominant because of the moon?
No. It varies from I don't know how it works.
No,
it alternates every 90 minutes.
Even I also felt the same.
But when it starts in the morning, you can't do that.
Right
For
is
every
very tight.
individual.
Oh, it's very weird.
When you wake up, how it starts, and then from every 60 to 90 minutes, and how long that is, we're also not very sure. They say 60 to 90 minutes will alternate.
Yeah, I'm sure all this is
Left, right.
scientific experiential, but you have to be at that level.
Right.
And like
So-
there are so many things wrong to reach that level. It's hard.
So then here's the deal, right? So what are we trying to do? First of all, we have to understand these concepts, right? Nadis and Pingala, Ida, and then Sushumna and all that. There are other nadis, and there are granthis. There are other locks, Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and all that, right? They're also blocking the passage. So there are lots and lots of areas where the blockage is happening. So there are techniques which will help you awaken the Kundalini. There are techniques which will help you clean out all the chakras, different techniques, you probably know this, Kriya Yoga. That's exactly the whole purpose of all that Kriya Yoga is to cleanse these channels of energy, purify these chakras, and that's the only way we can help Kundalini rise up, okay? But like Venu said, you make it happen so that it rises up to let's say Manipur chakra, okay? And then suddenly things will happen. Your ego takes over or something happens, and then suddenly it will fall down again. All right, so you have to keep working on these things. Now, the practices that we are doing, pranayama and asana practices, they help. We don't talk about that, but they are helping in doing all this work that we are supposed to do, cleansing these chakras, nadis, and eventually helping raise the Kundalini, right? We don't talk about it because I'm more of a follower of Patanjali. So Patanjali doesn't talk about it, but this is a very huge, big science. And people have taken pictures. There's a whole system of photography called the Kirlian photography. Apparently there was a Russian couple, Kirlian by the name, and they developed this whole system of photography. They could actually photograph your chakras, your halo, your color and shape of the chakras and all that stuff. And which chakra is dominant, which is not. They could picture that and show it to you. Russian couple, Kirlian.
Is it through some instruments? Or?
Yeah, they have a camera.
Wow.
This couple developed a camera. It's called Kirlian photography now.
But those are invisible, right? All the energies.
Invisible. They have an
imagine.
aura. They call it an aura and a halo. You can picture that. You can photograph that, and based on that, you can kind of see what the situation is. I don't know. So that's all about Kundalini. All right. I don't want to spend too much time here, and you can. And if you are interested, you can write to me a note and I'll share this presentation with you.
Carlin or Kirlian? What photography is that?
Kirlian, I think, Kirlian. That's what my memory is. I could be wrong. See if you can figure out something. Kirlian photography.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, Kirlian.
It's coming up?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. It's a pretty well-known system of photography. You can actually capture all your chakras and everything.
It's a surprise.
Hmm?
It's like almost taking picture of a god,
No, I mean,
Those
there is a lot of research.
Completely, yeah.
People have done research all over the world on this, whole the concept of Kundalini and chakras and all, because it's very fascinating. German people who have done a lot of research, I understand. I've seen a lot of research articles from Germany on this. Russians have done a lot of work. There's another name that comes up very frequently in this, and I forget the name. I don't remember. Priya might remember. Somebody else. I forget. No.
name called Lisa Fontanello.
Hmm?
Lisa? Lisa? No.
There was another popular, famous name on. Anyway, that's not. Okay. Anybody have any? There's a very big topic. I don't want to spend too much time. Anybody else have any thoughts, comments, feedback on what you just heard?
How do you learn that?
Hmm?
If you want to learn the proper way. what-
Kundalini? Well, that's part of the reason I have never been able to practice Kundalini, because for learn Kundalini, you have to find a teacher. Not just anybody can teach you Kundalini. If you learn it from anybody who's not qualified, who's not an expert, it can cause harm. It's known. Okay. So you have to find a real teacher.
What kind of
And
harm?
most of those,
When you say harm, it's just a practice, right? So what
it's
kind
a
of
practice,
harm
it can do a
make?
lot of harm. Kundalini can shift in positions and it can drop suddenly, and people have become crazy and all that.
Oh, okay.
A lot of things. can happen.
Behavioral.
They don't know how to handle that.
They don't know how to handle when the Kundalini rises and all that,
Oh,
and then
but
suddenly negativity comes and you can let it drop, and that can create a havoc in the body.
Behavioral issues. Yeah.
That's so, there are well-known teachers in India that I've heard, who are very adept at these things. They are the people you have to go to and learn.
But what I heard is, well, like as the energy rises, through those different chakras, it is manifested in your life,
Yeah, of
day-to-day
course.
life. For
That's the whole
example,
idea.
once the
That's
energy
what
is at
they
the
say.
heart center, you only love people. Like with the,
Yeah, we can. see
it's like
it.
it transforms the life.
Yes,
That
yes,
part
yes.
It's not just the rising energy and staying there.
More forgiveness.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the charts here, that I have presentation here. What are the different attributes of each chakra, and when it is bad, what happens, when it is good, what happens, like you said, Anahata will
Yeah,
bring
that's
out
not
love,
difficult at
compassion, and
all.
all that, right?
I can also tell. When I look.
Oh.
Like Trump is at Muladhara.
Of course, start moving anyway.
Okay, that's close the session. It's well past 8 o'clock. Let's sit up nice and tall, comfortable. That's the body. Recite Om once now. Inhale. Join palms together. Shanti mantra. Inhale. Om Asuma Sakamaya Gamaya Om Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead me from unreal to the real, darkness to light, from the fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. Peace, peace, peace. Cover the eyes with the palms, relaxing the eyes. Release the hands, join the palms again, raise them up. And as you exhale, bend forward. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. I bow down to all my gurus, my teachers. Special tribute to Patanjali. Slowly come back up. Thank you all. Namaste. Have a great day. Tomorrow is breakfast time, okay? We'll have breakfast at the